Hello and welcome to Simplify TV, the web series and podcast for agencies, marketers, media buyers, and business owners. I'm David McBee. Our guest today is Ezgi Arslantai, co-founder of Fusimo. Prior to starting Fusimo, Ezgi held pivotal roles in digital marketing and advertising with Vodafone and Disney. She is committed to revolutionizing the media advertising industry with innovative solutions that simplify connections between ad buyers and sellers. And her goal is to break down barriers and champion the success of brands and businesses, regardless of their size in the world of advertising. Ezgi, welcome to Simplify TV.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here, and I'm really, really looking forward to our chat about the industry. I absolutely love the educational content you put out, and it's so needed, and especially in a field that's often full of, misunderstandings and frankly, like a lot of misinformation. So it's a pleasure to be part of this conversation today.
Well, that was nice of you. I think we're off to a good start. Ezgi, when I was digging into your background ahead of today's show, I noticed that you're big on the idea of the democratization of advertising for all types of businesses. Can you dive into that just a little bit for our listeners?
Sure. I think that's a really important question. And with a decade long marketing career managing more than $25 million of ad budget at both big household brands and also startups with tighter budgets, I've seen firsthand how the advertising landscape is more designed for the big brands. So during my previous role, I was managing an HR tech startup and I faced significant challenges. Like we couldn't work with some agencies due to some spending requirements because it wasn't feasible for us back then. And I had to discover like where to advertise on my own. Like unlike times where I had millions of ad dollars for a project and could access the army of media planning and buying professionals, I found myself actively seeking smarter ways to optimize my ad budget. And during this time, and also now, the industry is experiencing very, very intriguing times. And emerging tech enabled companies are offering unique ad spaces like ads on delivery robots and ads on smart AI screens in pedestrian areas. And also, as you already know, like newsletters and podcasts are also on the rise. And it was very hard to discover the right options for my business and try to model in a way that was affordable and still impactful. So I would say accessibility to knowledge, discovering the right ad options, and understanding how to buy and evaluate the ad option based on their performance was were the missing elements. And the lack of options, like any SMB out there, from local mom and pop shop to startups, we felt like we only left with Google or Facebook ads, and we thought other avenues like TV, outdoor, audio, or podcast, or any new age of media option was actually like simply too costly, out of reach. So we had all this perception. So that's why I'm super passionate about democratizing the landscape, offering SMBs a seat at the table when it comes to buying advertising.
I love that. That is really a theme here at Simplify as well. We really want to champion SMBs, small businesses, to really be able to take advantage of all the advertising techniques that are out there. Specifically, right now we're doing a lot with streaming television. I think for the first time ever, small businesses can get on television in ways that they couldn't in the past. Do you have some thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely, 1,000%. Like TV might feel like no way, like too good to be true for small business, because how expensive and out of reach it used to be. But let me tell you, as you also experience in Simplify, the things are changing thanks to tech enabled media. And what we need to do is actually like educate business owners, especially those with tighter budgets, about how streaming TV can work for them. I mean, it's pretty amazing. You can actually target exactly who you want to reach, right down to the zip code during their favorite show, or even during a live sports event nowadays. Like I'm a huge NBA fan, and all I can see is like streaming ads like catered to my zip code during this NBA playoffs, and focusing only on those who most likely to be interested with your offering. So this is all possible thanks to the data now we can use to estimate who is most likely to buy. And just like you run your social media campaign or buy Google Ads, you can track and target your ads on streaming TV too. So it is really about showing the small business owners, that the platform, buying streaming TV, cable TV, is like giving them a power to run cost-effective campaigns that are just as trackable and targeted as they already doing online, like Facebook ads or Google ads. So it opens up a whole new world of advertising that's not just effective but also accessible. So 1,000% agree with you.
I heard you mention targeting a couple times in that answer. Tell me more about how targeting helps the small business owner.
The importance of targeting, especially the small businesses working with limited marketing budgets, is super crucial. And there are so many great new age of media options available now, super niche ones that are catered specifically to your business, your industry, your location, and even like particular moments. The moment component is super crucial for me because it enables you to unlock your target and precisely your target audience in a very, very creative way. For example, let's say you are a B2B tech startup with tight budgets, right? You can really catch the moment during a B2B convention in your vertical. Maybe you can book a truck, a digital truck, or taxi top, like robots, or even backpackers with screens only advertise for a couple of days during the event. You don't have to run thousands of dollars, but you can just like target during the time of this B2B event. And this kind of targeting isn't just about the using the tool, but I think it's about being creative with the, your approach and when it comes to advertising. And let's say you are a DTC spirits brand, you might find screens, digital screens, like close to bars, restaurants, groceries, where your consumers can find and buy your product. And with just a couple of grand, you can start testing it in your city or in your state. So my point is, I think targeting comes in many forms, and it's often better to think creatively, target the ad show times, as we just talked with the TV, uh, the time of the day, days, moments, people. I mean, you can get really, really niche, and you can get really creative with that. So by doing this, you are not just throwing your budget into the wind, but strategically placing your ads where you have the highest chance of making an impact.
I love that. All right. Before we go, do you have a podcast or a book that you feel has been instrumental in your success?
There are a lot of fantastic business books out there, but I must say, I mean, I'm a memoir junkie, so I find incredible inspiration in the resilience and persistence shown in the lives of other people. And one of the books falling in this category might be Tara Westover's book Educated. I think it was not a, so it's not a business book per se, but I think it came out like 5 or 6 years ago, and it's become quite famous for a reason because it emphasizes resilience, right? So, and for all the listeners like who are business owners, entrepreneurs, or people who somehow like have to show resilience in their lives. So her move from a strict upbringing to excelling in a top universities shows persistence, and it's a very, very strange upbringing. And you can see that her will to keep going is like the profoundly changing the lives, and you can find influence and inspirations from other disciplinary books, like other than business books. So I always look for memoirs when it comes to, you know, finding inspiration.
Ezgi, I just finished that book, and you are absolutely right.
Oh my
It's
gosh, what a
it's
coincidence.
crazy and
Yeah,
fantastic, and I'm so
yeah.
glad you thought of that one. All right, what is the best way for our viewers to learn more about you?
The best way is to connect on LinkedIn with me, and you can find my profile by searching my name. It's a bit tricky, I know, but I am the only person. There's no same person with my name and surname, so I will pop up for sure. And on my LinkedIn page, I share updates, insights, and engage with the community. So I look forward to connecting with you there.
Great. Thank you so much for being my guest today on Simplify TV.
It's a pleasure to be with you and talking to you, David. Thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for watching. Simplify TV is sponsored by Simplify, helping you to maximize relevance and multiply results with our industry-leading media buying and workflow solutions. For more information, visit simply.fi and follow us on LinkedIn to be notified of future episodes. Thanks for joining us today. I'm David McBee. Be awesome, and we'll see you next time.